It's like the first time in like 100 years that we've been able to make it rain in the forecast.
Yeah.
Well, this morning, authorities are investigating a homicide in West Sacramento.
CBS 13's Sean Bennett joins us live from the scene with those details. Good morning, Sean.
Yeah, good morning, guys. I'll tell you right now, West Sacramento police are saying that this is an unusual homicide. Happened here along West Capitol Avenue here in West Sacramento. We'll go right to the video here. Police quickly coming to this scene here on New Year's Eve. It's a man and his two young daughters now dead this morning. According to West Sacramento police, the three were found inside of a car about 10:30 last night here along West Capitol Avenue near Casa Mobile Circle. Now, officers say the 47-year-old father was found dead in the car's driver's seat. Meanwhile, the two little girls, one 9 years old, the other 12 years old, were still alive when officers rescued them from the car, but they later died at the hospital.
Incredibly sad. Coming up to the top of the year when everyone's looking forward to going into the new year and having a happy new year. This is one event that we certainly don't want to report on. I don't even want to be standing out here talking about this, but it's a horrific event and it's very, very sad.
Now, officers say they have been in contact with the mother, who was not there when the three were found. West Sacramento police say that she is cooperating with the ongoing investigation. They're not talking about who made that 911 call. They say they're not going to release that information. They're not going to release the information right now about how the three had died and where this car was along West Capitol Avenue. So still a lot of unanswered questions as this investigation continues this morning. Courtney, Cody, we'll send it back to you.
Okay.
Thank you, Sean, reporting live for us in West Sacramento.
What if a little kid walks by? That's going to be messed up. They get bit or attacked, you know what I mean? I think that's a pretty big concern out here.
Some are calling attention this morning to what they call a stray dog problem in Stanislaus County. This after a woman was found dead in a driveway south of town. Authorities believe that she was mauled to death.
The attack happened early Thursday morning. Investigators over the weekend searching for that pack of killer dogs.
As CBS 13's Angela Masalam has more on the growing concern this morning.
Stray dogs everywhere. That's Stanislaus County for you. That's all around here.
And they're a big problem in South Modesto, according to Armando, who works in the area.
A bunch of mutts, really, you know, not no full breed dog, I know that. Just a bunch of little dogs that try to keep.
Armando says he usually sees stray dogs roaming up and down Crow's Landing Road. That's where 56-year-old Deborah Ansures was found lying dead Thursday morning. Stanislaus County Sheriff's deputies say they believe Ansures was killed by a pack of stray dogs.
Being killed by dogs is extremely unusual.
We spoke with personal injury attorney Ty Bogan, who's worked dog attack cases. He questions whether the dogs were actually strays after deputies and animal control officers said they couldn't find any dogs in the area. But dog attacks aren't uncommon. Just last month, a pit bull in Elk Grove attacked at least 3 people. In May, a bicyclist was attacked by a dog on the American River Parkway. And in 2014, 2 separate pit bull attacks in Stanislaus County, one left a man dead. Another victim of a possible dog attack. Now Bogan is calling on law enforcement to step up.
Animal control cannot allow dogs to roam around the street. It just can't happen in a civilized society.
Deputies at this point haven't been able to identify the breed of dog which may have been killed on Ansures. If the dogs do belong to an owner, Bogan says that they could face criminal charges for negligence.
President Trump wrapped up 2017 with a party and a tweet storm about several of the hot topics of the day. Among them, the president offered a response to a report Democrats will see success in 2018, primarily thanks to him.
CBS 13's Diane King Hall is in New York with more.
President Trump spent New Year's Eve celebrating at his Mar-a-Lago resort alongside family and some of the who's who among Washington's elite.
We're going to have a great year. It's going to be a fantastic 2018. We're off to a very good start, as you know, with the great tax cuts and ANWR and getting rid of the individual mandate, which was very, very unpopular, as you know. But we are going to have a tremendous year.
Before the event, the president tweeted more than half a dozen times about several topics. He did wish a happy new year to everyone, including, quote, enemies, haters, and even the very dishonest fake news media. He also sent condolences to the victims of yesterday's shooting in Colorado. One officer was killed and 4 others were wounded while responding to reports of a domestic dispute. Mr. Trump also gave his take on predictions that Democrats would see a resurgence in 2018, which the LA Times says was, quote, largely driven by President Trump's widespread unpopularity. The president's response in part, quote, why would smart voters want to put Democrats in Congress in 2018 election when their policies will totally kill the great wealth created during the months since the election? Before heading into his New Year's party, Mr. Trump was asked about Kim Jong-un's claim that he has a nuclear button on his desk and is capable of hitting anywhere in the U.S.
We'll see. We'll see.
President Trump at least temporarily seemed to brush off the North Korean dictator's comments.
Pyongyang did offer a glimmer of hope heading into 2018, though, suggesting that the North may send a delegation to participate in the Winter Olympics taking place next month in South Korea.
Recreational pot sales are officially legally starting today, and state and city officials are still scrambling to license shops. In Sacramento, a total of 11 dispensaries have received both city and state approval for sales, leaving 2 awaiting state approval. All shops need both city and state approval before they can legally sell marijuana.
Be patient with everyone as we're working through it. I'm sure lots of things will change, as we've seen in other states that have already gone recreational. As time goes on, things change here and there, so eventually it'll all smooth out, but it's really exciting.
Dispensaries can only operate from 9 to 9. The legalization comes as researchers race to come up with a breathalyzer that can tell if a driver is stoned. The legalization of recreational pot could be deal a big blow to already established medicinal marijuana industry. In fact, a recent study finds medicinal marijuana sales are expected to drop next year from $2 billion to $1.4 billion. And a new tax expected to take effect today will make a medical pot more expensive for the patients. Well, as we explained earlier, 1 officer is dead and 4 others are wounded during a shootout in suburban Denver yesterday morning. And this morning, we're learning more about the man investigators say ambushed them. Officers are responding to reports of domestic dispute when a man identified as 37-year-old Matthew Reel opened fire on sheriff's deputies. 2 civilians were also hit and injured by the gunfire. Investigators say the suspect, who's known to police but did not have a criminal history, was shot and killed.
Developing this morning, 10 citizens, U.S. citizens, are among the 12 killed in a fiery plane crash in Costa Rica yesterday. Here's a look at the ground scene. The Nature Air single-engine plane crashed 10 minutes after takeoff in the western part of the country. The cause is under investigation, but there are reports of high winds at the time. The State Department issued a statement. We are in contact with Costa Rican aviation authorities and will continue to monitor that situation. The protection of U.S. citizens overseas is one of the highest priorities for the State Department. Well, happening today, the state is stepping up its crackdown on drivers illegally using disabled placards. The DMV is required to tighten its oversight of the program, including canceling placards of dead drivers. An audit found more than 26,000 people over the age of 100 had disabled placards, with only about 8,000 living. Also happening today, ring in the new year in South Lake Tahoe, where kids ski free. Squaw Valley Alpine Meadows is where kids 12 and under can ski all day today for free. January is Learn to Ski and Snowboard Month, dedicated to teaching everyone of all ages winter sports and safety.
Good for them. Courtney and I will be inside in the warm.
It's safe for them.
Stay right there, because right after the break, we're going to tell you about a woman who slipped out of her handcuffs, and guess whose car she stole. And
the Raiders coach sacked. What we're learning about today, the firing of Jack Del Rio.
And we're live in Modesto this morning, where we have a little bit of a fog layer. Our temperature's not quite as cold this early.